Alright, to anyone who has ever drawn a picture in their entire life, you will probably be able to relate to the following scenario. So you're sketching a picture, and no matter what you do, no matter how hard you try, it still comes out looking like shit, and then you feel like an idiot. Well, consider this. What if it's not that you're stupid, but that the thing you're drawing is stupid? Yeah, that's precisely what this story's about. Let's talk a little bit today about The Real Thing by Henry James. So we're introduced to the artist, who will be our lovely narrator in this story. Basically, his job is to be hired by people to paint portraits of them. So one day, this distinguished and refined couple show up at the artist's house, and they would like to have a portrait done of them. Their names are Mr. and Mrs. Monarch. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Major and Mrs. Monarch. I wonder why Mrs. Monarch didn't spring for a cool title like Lady Monarch. Can't be that rich. Anyway, Mrs. Monarch asks for a portrait of her husband, and Major Monarch asks for a portrait of his wife. So, like, you want two separate portraits of each of you, or is this like a together thing? I'm confused. The Monarchs suck at explaining themselves because they're shy and awkward, but luckily the artist manages to pry out of them exactly what it is that they want. Major and Mrs. Monarch used to be rich, but they've recently lost their fortune and are searching for a new purpose in modeling. Maybe if you had made your name Lady Monarch, you wouldn't have lost your fortune. Anyway, yeah, models are rich, right? So what if we're old? We're still hot? Sketch a portrait of us, god damn it! Except they ask it nicer than that. So the artist asked if they've ever had any experience in modeling, and Mrs. Monarch responds, "Hell yeah, people want to take our picture all the time. We've given out countless autographs. We are truly the realio dealio." The Monarchs apparently used to be so popular that fellows would constantly be asking for their picture because they're just so gosh darn attractive, and then autograph them. Okay, well that's not exactly the same thing as modeling if people are just taking selfies with you, so I'll take that as a no. This is gonna be a long process. So you may be wondering, what the hell did the Monarchs even do to earn their riches? Did they really even have that much money if it's all gone now? What, did people just accept them into high-class society because they're good looking? I mean, in that case, where's my invitation? I'm a D-cup. I went in on this pretty person club. Fuck! So the artist starts to sketch his picture of the Monarchs. But no matter how many times he tries to draw them, it always ends up looking like shit. Mrs. Monarch always comes out looking weird, and Major Monarch always looks too fucking huge. Dude, I've been there, but you just gotta push through it. This looks like shit. I hate drawing. It gets better. The artist starts to wonder if maybe he should have gone with the more experienced models instead of these narcissistic fucking Instagram celebs. Two people that come to mind are a hot Italian dude named Orante and Miss Cherm, an ill-mannered English lady who he's worked with in the past. Their names may be gross, but let me tell you, they are a hell of a lot easier to work with than the fucking Monarch Butterfly gang. Miss Cherm can represent anything from a beggar to an aristocrat. What can Mrs. Monarch do? Hold a pen and sign autographs? Please. She couldn't even be bothered to come up with a cool title. The artist decides to send over a work in progress to his good artist friend Jack Hawley to get some feedback on it. And just like any good friend would, Jack tells him that his work sucks. And then they engage in a conversation that actually made me laugh my ass off. I say, who are these people that you're working with? They're the Monarchs. They're my new models. They'll never do. But I've been working so hard on this and I don't want to fire them. Are you sure? Absolutely. They're stupid. I may have changed a few words in there, but I kid you not, Jack's criticisms of the Monarchs was that they're stupid. You know what? Who needs constructive criticism, right? Basically what it boils down to is the artist can either keep the Monarchs as his models or lose his credibility and risk his entire career. The artist really tries his best to continue working with the Monarchs. I guess he finds their modeling incompetence kind of endearing, but he ultimately decides that it's not working out. They may be attractive in person, but they are the least photogenic people in the entire universe. The artist fires the Monarchs to work with Sexy Mario and Rude English Lady instead, and the Monarchs are horrified. Major Monarch's all like, "Is he your idea of an English gentleman?" And the artist has had just about enough. "Fuck you, you're ugly, get out of my studio." So Major Monarch immediately regrets his tone and instead begs the artist to keep them on as his servants. Come on, Major, have a little dignity. So the artist finds it in his heart to hire the monarchs to help him out with his new portrait, but they can't even do that right. So now the artist is just like, I will pay you two to get out of here and leave me alone. And that's exactly what he does, and he never hears from the monarchs ever again. Well, lesson learned. The moral of this story is don't draw pictures of stupid rich people. I'll have to remember that next time I want to burn all my art books with fire.